Ever wonder how secure your online presence truly is? A simple question, yet it opens the gateway to a world where not everything is as it seems. Every click, every post, every moment spent online can leave a digital footprint. But who's tracking those footprints? And what can they do with that information? It's a thought that can make one uneasy, isn't it? So let's dive into the dark side of the internet and discover how our systems can be hacked while we are connected. You might not realize it, but cyber attacks are lurking everywhere in the digital world. A chilling thought, isn't it? Yet it's an undeniable reality. Let's delve into the different types of cyber attacks that you can encounter. First on the list, phishing. This is a cleverly disguised attempt to steal your sensitive information. Picture this. You receive an email that seems to be from your bank asking you to update your account details. You click the link, enter your details, but here's the catch. It's not your bank, it's a cybercriminal now equipped with your personal information. Next up, we have malware. This term is a blend of malicious and software, and as the name suggests, it's software designed with harmful intentions. It can be a virus that corrupts your files, a worm that replicates itself and spreads through your network, or a Trojan that seems harmless but carries a destructive payload. Thirdly, we have ransomware, a particularly nasty form of malware. It encrypts your files and demands a ransom for their release. Imagine being locked out of all your files and photos, with a countdown ticking away, pressuring you to pay up or lose everything. Lastly, we have social engineering. This method isn't about hacking computers, it's about hacking people. It relies on manipulation and deception, tricking individuals into revealing sensitive information. It could be a phone call from someone pretending to be your internet service provider, or a friendly stranger asking seemingly harmless questions that could lead to your password. These attacks are not limited to any specific targets. They can affect anyone, from the tech-savvy teenager to the multinational corporation. From phishing that targets your email, malware that corrupts your software, ransomware that holds your data hostage, to social engineering that manipulates your trust, these cyber attacks are ubiquitous and unrelenting. Unfortunately, these cyber attacks can affect anyone, from individuals to large corporations. It's a digital battlefield out there, and understanding these attacks is the first step towards securing your place in the digital world. Imagine your mobile phone or computer being controlled by someone else without your knowledge. Let's dive deeper into the world of cyber threats and understand how our everyday devices like mobile phones and computers can become potential targets. When these devices are connected to the internet, they're like open gates, inviting cybercriminals to enter into our personal space. Now, what happens when these gatecrashers get access to our devices? They can steal our personal data, misuse our identity, and even manipulate our digital assets. Imagine a stranger having access to your private photos, your bank account details, your important documents, or even your personal emails. Scary, isn't it? And it's not just personal data that's at stake. If you're a business owner, the stakes are even higher. Cyber criminals can disrupt your business operations, cause financial losses, and damage your reputation. But why do our devices become vulnerable? The biggest reason is our own negligence. We have become so dependent on the internet that we forget to disconnect when we're not using it. An idle device connected to the internet is like an unattended house with an open door. It's an open invitation for cybercriminals. So, what can we do to prevent this? The first and foremost step is to disconnect from the internet when it's not in use. Just like we lock our house when we leave, we need to disconnect our devices from the internet when we're not using them. It's a simple step, but it can make a huge difference. Also, keep your devices updated with the latest security patches and antivirus software. These updates are like reinforcements that strengthen the security of your devices. Finally, be vigilant. Don't click on suspicious links. Don't download unknown files. Don't share your personal information with untrusted sources. Remember, an idle device connected to the internet is a hacker's playground. So, how can we protect ourselves in this digital battlefield? The key to fortifying our defenses in the online world lies in implementing a few critical practices. It's not rocket science, but it does require consistent effort. First off, let's talk about passwords. They're like the keys to your digital home. Would you hand over your house keys to a stranger? I didn't think so. The same applies here. Make sure your passwords are strong, unique, and not easily guessable. Incorporate a mix of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. And remember, password 123 doesn't cut it, folks. Next up, keep your software updated. It's easy to ignore those pesky update notifications popping up on your screen, but these updates often contain security patches that fix vulnerabilities hackers could exploit. So next time you see an update notification, don't hit the snooze button. Now let's talk about two-factor authentication, or 2FA for short. It's like having a second lock on your front door. Even if someone has your password, they'd still need your phone or email to get in. Most services offer this feature, so make sure to turn it on. It might seem like a hassle, but it's a small price to pay for an extra layer of security. Lastly, be mindful of the networks you connect to. Public Wi-Fi networks are convenient, but they're also playgrounds for cybercriminals. If you must use public Wi-Fi, consider using a virtual private network or VPN to encrypt your data and keep it safe from prying eyes. Remember, securing your digital life isn't about being paranoid. It's about being prepared. It's about understanding that in the online world, just like in the real world, there are threats. But with the right practices in place, you can navigate this digital battlefield with confidence. Internet security isn't a one-time action, but a continuous practice. Let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered today. We've ventured into the shadowy corners of the internet, unraveling the complex world of cyber attacks. We've seen how these digital threats, from phishing scams to malware attacks, are not confined to the realm of science fiction, but are real and present dangers in our online world. We've also delved into how our devices, our smartphones, our laptops, even our smart home systems, can become portals for these cyber criminals to invade our privacy. Our digital footprints can be traced, and our personal information can be stolen if we are not careful. However, it's not all doom and gloom. We've also explored the fortress of internet security, the tools and techniques that can shield us from these virtual onslaughts. We've learned about the importance of strong, unique passwords, the value of regularly updating our software, and the crucial role of a robust firewall in defending our digital domains. The key takeaway from today's journey is vigilance. We need to be aware of the threats that lurk in the digital shadows and take proactive steps to protect ourselves. Disconnect when the internet is not in use, be skeptical of suspicious emails or messages, and always prioritize your online security. Remember, knowledge is power. Stay vigilant, stay safe, and keep your online presence secure.